Today we're talking about something special. Not a game, not a reaction. But 1 year ago, I did a review for a certain product that my wife gifted me. The PlayStation 5. This thing. And I have used it extensively for 1 year. I've used this thing more than I've used my PC. This has been my daily gaming device, except for TFT and League of Legends and stuff like that. I need to quit those game titles. They have been sucking my life away. I have a gambling problem. I have a massive gambling problem. I need to fix it. But this is the cure. Yes, if I have a gambling problem, then you can have a gaming problem. The PlayStation 5 has been in my house for almost 1 year since I did that review, and it's been used extensively to play a wide variety of games, from turn-based RPGs to open-world masterpiece, and this thing crushes everything. This thing can be used for... This thing does not care what game you throw at it. Baldur's Gate? Sure thing. Hollow Knight, even though that's a mid-range, low-level game, easy, 2-second load times. Spider-Man 2 with the open world fast speed glidings, not a single problem, and I fully understand why they did not launch it for the PlayStation 4, because that console would have been decimated by that game. But this, the marketing was true. I know most companies lie when they say high speed, fast gaming performance, but the NVMe SSD that's in this has just been chugging along with the graphics card, of course, has just been chugging along, chewing through games one after the other. And I have not just been playing games on high settings. I've been turning it all the way up to RTX, and it has not let go once. No crashes, no stutters, no burnouts. It's been fantastic, and it's been more... I've used this thing more than my PC. But sometimes I just want to sit on the couch and just play some games. Just play some Spider-Man and just have a little bit of fun without having to worry about the hassle of Steam loading and updates and anything like that. This does everything silently and super fast.
That's what she said.
I have a smart TV. Don't even use the smartness on that thing. Even though I could, I've used primarily Netflix, Crunchyroll, YouTube, Funimation, everything on this baby, and viewing qualities amazing. Being able to just watch your media and just instantly pop into a game has been just fantastic. That has been not just because of the game hub, but because of one specific control panel. The control panel, when you press the PlayStation button on the controller and having that HUD pop up from any media that you're playing, from be it a game in Netflix to Crunchyroll, just having it pop up and allowing you to switch between games, media, being able to control the volume of music in-game, being able to see the trophy list while you're in-game, being able to just control your toggles for capturing, being able to completely close out of the console directly from the control panel, not actually having to go back to the HUD. It's just been fantastic. The control panel in this, I kind of wish it was on the PlayStation 4, because that thing on this, it's so fast. Like, the minute you press the button, it instantly opens up and you're able to do whatever you want to the console at that point. In the control panel, the thing that I really, really like, I'm a trophy hunter. I enjoy platinuming most games that I truly enjoy. So for all the Spider-Man games, the God of War games, Detroit Become Human, those games, being able to have a HUD that you can instantly go to, unlike the PlayStation 4 where you had to literally exit the game, go back to the start menu, and hope that your internet is working, and then scroll to the trophy list and seeing... No. This, one button, 2 clicks, and you're good to go. Also being able to pin the trophies to the side, so when you open up the HUD, it's instantly there for you to see. I would like a change where I don't have to open the control panel to see the pin trophies. It'd be really nice if it was like an overhead display in the game, like off to the side somewhere, even if it's like see-through, so I can still see the game and still see this trophy, so I don't have to continually hop between the control panel and the game to like see where I'm at, like let's say for a kill list, seeing how many kills I have to get. It's just instantly right there. That would be a really nice addition. Don't think that they're gonna ever add that, but it'd be really nice if it was there, along with the pinning of the trophy list. Also being able to see for PlayStation titles and PlayStation, if you have PlayStation Plus, being able to see a detailed video for any trophy, basically, along with the seamlessness of the control panel. The seamlessness of the store is a great benefit. On the PlayStation 4, it was a dedicated software in the PlayStation itself, so you had to wait for it to load. With this, it's just a simple left of the start, just all the way to the left, and it instantly opens up, not just showing you the games that you can buy, but also it having its own dedicated PlayStation Plus tab. PlayStation Plus, I've had PlayStation Plus since owning this console, and I've used it a bunch, not just for streaming games, but also being able to download free games directly to the PlayStation. We're talking about software. Right now, the software is amazing. Super fast, super snappy, not having to worry about stirring lags or waiting for things to open. I know I did have some gripes about not having a web browser in the last video, but for the most part, not having a web browser has been fine. I have a phone on me at all times, so if I do want to search for something, it's generally right here, and I know that there is a way to get a web browser if I really wanted to, through messaging and like opening up like a hyperlink or whatever. I don't want to go through that hassle. That's very annoying to me. But being able to just have one directly on here as like a dedicated tab that I could get through the control panel would be nice. Or even if it was like a media file, or even if it was something like locked off completely where you could only like see certain verified Sony hyperlinks, that would be nice too. I understand why they don't have it, to like prevent hacking or cracking or jailbreaking the system, but personally, I think if you own a device and it's yours, you should be able to do whatever you want to it. Personally, this thing has handled every game amazingly. Besides the software, it doesn't get too loud. Generally when I'm gaming, it's like right here and I don't hear it. Granted, I do have some noise canceling headphones, but the mic doesn't pick it up. The mic picks up my AC more than it picks up this thing, and I really hope the AC is on right now, and I hope you guys can't hear it because it's too hot in here if I turn it off. The heaters are blasting. But yeah, for the most part, this thing runs super silently. It does get hot though. In really intense titles like Spider-Man 2, even Genshin Impact, Hogwarts Legacy, 100%, this thing was kicking off a lot of heat, like to the point where you could not keep your hand back here for too long before feeling like a little bit of tingling sensation. Talking about heat, the dust is not too bad. I've cleaned it out like maybe once or twice, but for the most part, the fans themselves don't have any like real buildup. Granted, it's not on the floor or something. It's always been on top of a table or on top of my media cabinet for my TV. So it hasn't really been on the floor where it can collect like floor dust. So it's been generally dust free. But taking apart these two panels, super easy. They just simply slide up after taking off the base, and then you can wipe off everything with like a damp cloth. And even getting to the fans themselves to wipe those off, that's not too difficult. There's like some screws holding down a mesh that you have to just take off and then clean off and then replace, and then you're good to go. But yeah, for a year, not having too much dust buildup and just simply running just as fast as when I first opened it, no complaints there. Hardware wise, I have not used the USB Type A's too much, and I haven't really used the Ethernet port on this. I know it's a super fast Ethernet port. I forgot what the speeds was, but for the most part, the downloads and uploads in my home over Wi-Fi versus Ethernet is about the same. It's very negligible to the point where I barely plug this in. Besides just HDMI and power, nothing really gets plugged into this. I've had occasions where I would like to have a headphone jack attached to this, which would be really nice. Somewhere on the front maybe, for when it's sitting right here and I want to use the dedicated HDMI on the monitor instead of having to run it through a capture card and then through a software. Hardware and software put together is just amazing. It's 2024. Why should it not be seamless? Why should it not be just as fast as my PC? Or actually even faster, because it's all built by the same company, so it should just run seamlessly. It's integrated. Alright, moving on to controllers. I had the original, and I bought a second one. And having the second one has opened up a wide range of games for me to play with my daughter. My daughter and I crushed Sackboy Adventures. That game, she and I played it together. Having these plugged in occasionally to like get them booted up and charging. I do appreciate the length of their battery capacity, but for the most part, I do find myself charging these things quite a bit, if not maybe a little bit more than the PlayStation 4 controllers. I know the batteries in these are supposed to be a little bit bigger, but I think with everything that's going on with them, like with the new rumble and like the pressure sensitive controllers and everything, I do find myself running out of battery with these controllers very quickly. Like I can't get through a full 8-hour gaming session of just straight onboard battery. Like I have to eventually plug it in at some point. Even when I was streaming for almost 8 hours, I had to switch between two controllers at one point, which was kind of annoying. But for the most part, the batteries on them, they're not bad. They don't like, I haven't seen any like degradation in like the year that I've gotten them. This one was the newest one that I got, the purple edition. I know it's blue on camera, but it's purple. There's a couple of things on this controller that I super appreciate. The trackpad, super snappy, love that. I don't appreciate the microphone button. I don't understand why I need it here. I'd rather control it through software, and I would rather not have it like built into the controller. I'd rather have it off of a headphone jack. Kind of understand why they did that. Sound quality on this, if you're playing it through like the speaker, it's not too bad. Most games, most titles that use the onboard speaker for this, it doesn't sound bad. It's not amazing, but it's there. I recently found out playing Spider-Man 2 that there's, oh my god. I recently found out playing Spider-Man 2 that there's pressure sensitivity in the L2 R2, which was super cool to find out. Being able to control like sensitivities in game for Spider-Man 2. I kind of wish there was more chances to use it, but hopefully with more titles coming out, that'll be used more and more. The D-pad, super snappy, super easy. I kind of like these controllers a little bit better than the PlayStation 4 controllers. But I recently found out that when a friend of mine came over and he plugged in his PlayStation 4 controller to see if it worked. It worked. You just have to plug it in with a USB cable, and then you can detach it and use it wirelessly, which was super cool. Did not know that. So I could have kept my PlayStation 4 controller instead of giving it away. But yeah, that's super cool. Oh, the rumble feels really good on this. Like, holding this in my hand feels amazing, just as the day that I first held it. And I do appreciate this way more than the other, than the PlayStation 4 controller. The other controller that I did pick up was the Backbone. and I should have done a full review of this, but I kind of wanted to wait for the 1 year review to fully like hold my gripes over this goddamn thing. Let's get into it, because oh my god, PlayStation, you done goofed with the PlayStation Now and the PlayStation the streaming service, what's it called, PlayStation Go or whatever, being able to stream games directly through the system if you have a PlayStation Plus account. Why in God's name is it only tied to this thing? Like, explain that to me. Somebody please explain to me why you cannot use this to stream games from the PlayStation Plus store. Like the Netflix service that PlayStation has, like being able to stream directly from their cloud services. Why can you not do that? Because I found myself, there's two things I hate. One, the disconnects, because you have to be connected to this thing at all times if you want to use the stupid remote play. This thing always has to be on if you want to use remote play, which I'm fine with that. I have no problem leaving this on to connect to it when I want to connect to it, but the service is so bad around here and parts of Manhattan, especially when you're in the train system. I love this thing though. The controls, the button placements, everything feels fantastic. Holding it in your hand with the phone feels amazing. Sometimes I would leave it in the phone so I could hold it like this when I'm gaming with it. But I find myself mainly playing this at home because the service of just having to connect to the PlayStation is just really bad. The other thing is just, it would be better if you could play through the cloud services directly to the phone. Like, I don't understand why that's not a feature. I would rather pay, I don't know, $30 a month for that feature directly to my phone, so I don't have to use this as a dedicated server technically. Like, that's so stupid to me. Like, I don't understand. What's even more frustrating is that you can't like use any media devices. So no YouTube, no Netflix, no Crunchyroll. Granted, you should be using that on your phone anyway, but sometimes I find myself just being bored and just want to use the PlayStation system for that. Like, I would like to do that. Like, you're locking me out of features for basically nothing. And I know they have the new what's that new thing that they have, the PlayStation, is it Portal? Yeah, the PlayStation Portal. I'm not buying this. For $200, I need to see some reviews of some actual real world usage of this over like Wi-Fi. Like, I pay for hotspot, so I have hotspot on my phone, so I could technically use this on the road, but I would love to see like real world usage of this outside the home. Granted, I do use this when I'm in bed and I don't want to be sitting on the couch or in this chair and I'm like really tired and I just want to game while I'm knocking out. So that's the only time I use it. And for that, it's great. My Wi-Fi here is amazing. So playing on my phone over Wi-Fi, super easy, super fast, doesn't crash. Maybe like once or twice if somebody like loads up like a next Netflix file, but then I can just quickly load back into it and like have no issues with that. Also, software. I think I talked about software. Oh, one thing about software. Why is it? I think this is just like my annoyance section right now. Yeah, this is my annoyance section. All the things that annoy me about this console. Why is it that anything that you capture on this device, like for photos and videos and anything like that, directly through the capture button on the controller or through the control panel, why is it that you can't just instantly get those files off using the dedicated PlayStation Store and media center on the phone Like, it's a dedicated app. Why can I not use the dedicated app to just get all the files? And it deletes the files after a certain period. Like, I have made a bunch of captures recently, and they're not here. I even posted a bunch to Reddit, and they're not here. They were here. They're not here now. I don't understand why that's a thing. Like, if you want to get the files off of this, you kind of have to use a USB stick at that point, but you have a dedicated app. Use the app. It's there. Why? Just connect directly to the... I don't understand. It's so stupid. It's really dumb. The other thing is storage. The 1 terabytes that's in here is not fully 1 terabyte. It's like 200 gigs of it is used for the actual operating system, so you gain only about 800 gigs for usage for games, and that is basically nothing for most of these games. Like, if you are really gaming on some heavy titles like Hogwarts Legacy, which is like 150 gigs, and Baldur's Gate, which is like another 150 gigs, and like Spider-Man 2, like you are running out of game space very quickly. So I am eventually going to be upgrading this to a 2 terabyte. So just keep that in mind if you are buying this. The hard drive in this is not that big. It's 600 gigs, which is decent. It's better than like 500, but I would rather have like a 2 terabyte file in here, so like a full 3 gigs of storage. I have been converted. I used to be a PC fangirl for so long, but I have been converted. I am now a PlayStation lover. I love my PlayStation. My PlayStation is amazing. I love this thing. This thing has given me hours and hours of just satisfaction. If I'm not just playing a game, watching Netflix, opening YouTube, I find myself just sitting down and opening up this more than I'm actually sitting here doing something productive on my PC. Like, I'm gaming a lot on this. If I'm not gaming on that, I'm using this in bed. So yep, I'm on the PlayStation Plus side at this very moment. I will see you guys. If you like today's video, I know it's been a long one. If you like today's video, do be sure to leave a like. What's your favorite feature on the PS5? Are you planning on getting it? Do you have it? Do you love it? Be sure to leave that comment. Be sure to also subscribe. I plan on uploading more videos of this content, and I'm actually getting better at publicly speaking, so that's also really cool. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.